Okay, so on Schoology is your checklist. I did it on green because you guys are the only ones that have this checklist because it's photography specific. Okay, so I know there's been a little bit of confusion about how you're supposed to get your Google site set up with all of your current pages you have on there. So let me start by saying what I did is I listed, these are all of the assignments we've completed this semester. So starting with composition 1, which was rule of thirds and framing. So if you want to call it that, you can, but I was calling it composition 1, all the way down to stop motion. And then what I did is I went through and I listed how many photographs for each assignment you had. Now, for you guys, I don't take off points. You've already lost points if you didn't do the photos, okay? So you don't lose points if you don't put photos on the page. But I would strongly suggest to you, if you have not, like say you didn't take the lighting photos, you could still make a lighting page and leave it just blank, because then I know like you're at least putting in some sort of effort, okay? Or you could put in your practice photos or something, or you could put in the other classes, they're putting Pinterest examples. So I put that on the bottom here. So you could use like Pinterest examples. So you have something on that page. You just have to say it comes from Pinterest. So what I'm saying is your grade for you all is that you make the pages and put something on the page. So you make the lighting photography page, you make the photojournalism page. These reflection questions right here, please ignore the first paragraph. Well, sort of ignore it. This is what you're going to present on. So you need these reflection questions for that reason, but you don't need to do it for any other reason. And I'll explain in just a minute. So what you guys are doing today is you're literally making sure you have all of these pages set up. So what I also have here is you guys don't need the photographs. I have my example, and this is the part that I wish I would have had farther along, but it is what it is. So what I did is I click, if you go to photography and you go to class projects, these buttons up here, if you click them, it takes you to the project handout so that you know, like in case you forget what the assignment is, or you know, like what was it? And so it shows you what you were expected to do on the project. Okay. And it goes all the way down to stop motion. I haven't checked these links, so hopefully they're all correct. If one's wrong, please tell me. Okay. But then on here, I only got to composition 1 and impactful composition. So what I did, see, this is not what I want. I'm going to have to figure this out. I'm probably just going to remake the page. But basically what would happen is when you, this is like what yours would look like. So you wouldn't have this upper button here. You would just have, you wouldn't even have example for student reference. You would just literally have these 8 buttons. So pretend all of this is not here. And when you click composition 1, it'll take you to your rule of thirds and framing page. Everybody got it? Okay, so let's do that together. So I'm actually, to save time, and because I don't have a correct way to show you an example, I'm going to be nice and do Austin's since he's not here. No, I'm not going to do Austin's because he hasn't even set up the initial pages. Yes, I could do. Who should I do? His hand went straight up. Aaliyah, do you have yours set up?
What?
Your thing set up right? Your Google site?
Yeah, I think so.
I kind of want to pick someone I don't usually use for examples. I know you said it first. I knew you were going to say it first.
Messed up. You can use mine.
Why is yours messed up?
I'm just behind again.
I need you guys to have something on there.
I do. What? Mine's good. I just didn't do anything to the journal page yet. Wow. It's there, but there's nothing on it. Like everything's not there, but I'm pretty sure everything else.
I'm pulling Grayson's up. That's what I went with.
What?
I'm pulling Grayson's. Okay. Grayson, this needs to go under your photography page. Yeah, this is kind of right. Oh, okay. Oh, you don't have any of your... Okay, yeah, no, that doesn't work. You just said you have all yours.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, Leah's gone. Let's try Leah's. Watch hers not be in here. If this one doesn't work, I'll go to Mia's because no. Okay. All right, here we go. So hopefully this is right. Okay, that looks right. And then, yep. Okay, so she's got it right. So yours kind of doesn't work because I wanted to show how to do this, but let's say before. Okay, there we go. So this would, in theory, before we set up the class project page, this page would be under photography, right? You would have had all of these. You would have had photography, and then if you did this originally, okay? If you did not do it originally, you can just do it this way now. But you take, so what you have to do is you have to take the actual page and then drag it onto class projects like Mia has here. So it goes from photography to class projects and then each of the class projects. And then on the class projects page, just to make it simple, I would put buttons. So if you don't remember how to do buttons, I'll show you real quick. You go insert button. And then the first one was, what do you have it called? Composition 1 or rule of thirds? Probably rule of thirds. You hit rule of thirds and then you go to the actual page here with the link and then you go to insert. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more button for. Okay. So there's 2 buttons for Mia. So then if I hit publish and I hit view published site and I go to, I'm going to start on her portfolio page and I go to photography. I like how you did your background. Did you put the button in the header?
Yeah.
Nice. And then I go to class projects. And she could totally, because she's doing this to like celestial moon sun theme, she could change these to pictures if she wanted to. I just did buttons because it's faster. So then rule of thirds. There's a rules of thirds assignment. Okay. And then if I wanted to see her, oh, she could do it that way. But from your class projects, each of your pages should be linked. Okay. So while I'm still on recording, I'll show you the other one that I did, but for her, there's her impactful composition. So you guys still technically have to put your photojournalism, your landscape, your portraits, and your stop motion. One, you do not have to put a description at the top because I don't have it ready for you and I've kind of given you too much to do in a couple days. Okay. 2, I laid out what each page has to have. So like if you flip it over, if you're caught up, photojournalism, you go to 5 photographs, 5 edited photographs, landscape, 12 photographs, 5 edited photographs. Okay. And then you don't have to put the photo types with those also to save time. You can just say edited portrait, edited photojournalism. Even the photojournalism, you don't even have to put edited. At the end of class today, I'm going to assess where you guys are on Google Sites, and then I'm going to make a decision about the final day. We are going to present something on the final day. But the question is whether or not like I help you get through the presentation or I make you prepare for the presentation before, because the final day, the finals are like an hour and 10 minutes, I think. So I want to be able to give you time to get the Google site kind of finalized with my help if you need it, rather than making you rush through it on your own. Because I do think I underestimated the amount of time that all of this would take. So I should have given this part to you guys a few days ago, but I didn't. So we're moving forward, which is why during the final exam time, we will look at each other's portfolios, but it might just be Mia picks 3 subject matters you want everybody to look at. That's why I wanted you to wait on the reflection part, and I'll explain that later. Okay? Yes, Kaylee.
So we still need to put the descriptions of like the page.
No.
Before. We don't have to.
No. And if you want to delete them off of them because you like it consistent, you can delete them off. Everybody understand that? So using Mia's again, because I have it open here. You no longer have to do the assignment description. And if you want to delete the assignment description off of all of them, or like your one that maybe hasn't started any of your pages, you don't have to have this part. Any other questions? Okay, I'm going to stop recording.